What up, Corner Crew? Welcome back to another episode of the Hip Hop Happy Hour podcast. I am your host, as always, Brad Baily. I want to give a shout out to y'all and say happy Thanksgiving. That's why we're coming at you Friday night rather than a Thursday night. Had to let y'all eat in peace. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to hear my ugly ass mug and shitty ass voice while I'm talking shit, eating your shit. Anyway, here we are back again. Hip Hop Hour podcast. We got a special guest in the house tonight. The homie coming straight from Brooklyn, New York. You know how we do. He's always out there. You see him on Facebook. You see him on IG. You see him all over the place. We got Juxx Diamondz in the house, ladies and gentlemen.
G. What it is, everybody, salute the Hip Hop Happy Hour. I need my drink right now because it's happy hour.
That's right. Me? That's right. Grab that drink. Grab that smoke. Do what you do.
Well, I don't smoke, but
hey, it is what it is, bro. Grab that drink.
Yeah.
What up, bro? How you doing, man? Long time no see. I ain't seen you in a week. How you been?
In a week, I've been good, man. You know, working as usual. That's all I do is work. You know,
yes,
do the work thing, do the family, you know, the dad thing, father thing. You know, that's all I can do. It's work.
That's it.
You know?
That's what we gotta do. We gotta stay busy. You know what I mean?
Facts.
You gotta stay busy in this world. If not, this world will eat you up if you're not staying busy and doing something positive, trying to make a change, trying to make a difference.
Right.
For those who don't know who you are, which aren't many, but for those few that don't know who you are, let us know who you are, where you're from, what you're about.
Okay, it's Juxx Diamondz, Jewels Unbreakable, excellent exclusive diamonds. Hell, I'm from Brownsville, Brooklyn, Langston Hughes Projects. That's all, you know what I'm saying?
Shout out to Brooklyn, man. Shout out to Brooklyn. I love coming out there, man. I love it. I like me and my girl were actually talking about possibly in a couple years moving out that way.
Yeah, you trying to move in, I'm trying to move out.
Yeah, see. Maybe into like Jersey or something a little cheaper.
Okay. Yeah.
I ain't trying to pay $7 for an iced coffee every day. I know that.
Oh man.
But
that's why you make the shit yourself.
Hell yeah. But you know, it's always a pleasure being out there in Brooklyn. Welcome us with open arms. You know, Culture Corner's third home, besides for Boston, is Brooklyn, New York. So shout out to y'all, man, for real, for welcoming us.
No doubt.
The shows are always great. Everyone's always giving 110%. It's always a good time. The vibe is always like a family vibe. It's all family and love, and everybody's friends, and ain't no problems. It's not like what people think about when you hear a hip hop show in New York City.
Right.
But you've come up through the scene, man. You've come up just doing your thing and connected to all the right people, doing all the right moves.
Yeah, I mean, just
tell us your background on it. Give us your journey.
So my journey is basically a kid from Brownsville, Brooklyn, been doing this rap shit for a very long time. Went through ups and downs, you know what I'm saying? Like, done worked with a lot of legends in his rap game, performed with a lot of legends, toured with top tier rap artists, your favorites. And I'm still pushing, you know what I'm saying? I don't like the name, I don't like to drop names and stuff like that, but you want me to speak the resume. Worked with Royal Flush, Tragedy Gaddafi, of course, my big bro Bad C, my other big bro Mike Cans. Those are the only two brothers I will do anything for. Them two brothers right there. Man, oh man.
You've been through it, man.
It's a lie. You know what I'm saying? Right. I worked with a lot of people, you know, did a lot of shows. I did me and Mike Cans, we did a tour with Method Man and Redman and Rockin' This Monster. What else? There's been on a lot of dope projects, you know. And right now I'm working with Snow Goons. I got my label Back Block Music Group. Yeah, more stuff on the way.
Always working. Working. And it shows in the finished product too, because that's basically, you know, just like everybody else in this business, because you're in a business,
right?
You're putting out a product. You are your product. Your words are your product.
Mm-hmm.
Try to tell these young cats that really don't understand how to market themselves and promote themselves. How do you go about it?
I mean, truth be told, you know, of course you got to put money behind yourself. But me, I'm on my gorilla shit. You know what I'm saying? I just do it. You know what I'm saying? You fuck with it, you fuck with it. If you don't fuck with it, you don't fuck with it. But you're gonna fuck with it. Plain and simple.
Oh yeah. And if people know the resume, they know what you put out. They know your track record. They know you're a spitter, straight fire. You have your performances, live performances. You don't hold back. You don't put in a little less effort just because
Right.
you might feel like you can because these are your fans coming to see you. Now you give 110%.
I mean, let me just say this: when it comes to performers, it could be three people in the crowd. I'm gonna make sure that shit I'm performing like I'm performing at Madison Square Garden. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
Just
that's what
I love it. I have fun with it.
Every artist should do that. They really should, because that's what's bringing you new people. Really, this internet shit. This ain't, you are tapping into a small market of newer fans.
Right.
But a lot of people just skip. You need that fan that's going to bring two friends that never heard of you. And you're right. You know what I mean? So that's
you want to give them experience. You know what I'm saying? And then what's so crazy? I had a shirt for you too that day.
No shit.
I have a. What size are you?
Large.
Got you next go round.
No worries. Yeah, I heard maybe February is the next one out there for
February. I'll pop out.
Maybe I heard, but yeah, I'll be out there for sure. Okay. Who knows? If I get rich before now and then, I'm moving that way.
Hey, make it even better.
I was talking to people about how much some rents cost out that way, and I was like, I thought my area was bad. I was like, holy shit, bro! How do everyone survive out there?
Hey, listen, maybe when we get offline, I'll hook you up where I'm at. We ain't gonna talk about it right now, but you know what I'm saying?
All right. Because hey, everything's an opportunity, and you never turn down an opportunity.
Yep.
And I mean, we believe that wholeheartedly here at the Hip Hop Happy Hour. Anything could be an opportunity. This is an opportunity for anyone, for me to make new fans, for you to make new fans.
Right.
A lot of people always skip them, man. I've noticed that. I've noticed that doing what I do is the lack of effort. Speak on work ethic in this game nowadays, because a lot of people don't have it.
Yeah, for me, speaking on myself, you just gotta stay consistent, man. Like, cause everything, I call it microwave music. You know what I'm saying? Everything's just, you know what I'm saying? You could be hot today and be cold tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? I don't really care about who's hot, who's not. I just worry about doing me. If I like your stuff, I'm gonna salute you. Yo, your stuff is dope. You know what I'm saying? And that's it. But it's about staying consistent.
Right. And the way people are banging out content nowadays, if you're not trying to keep up with that, then you're almost doing something wrong in the eyes of fans.
But you know what though, truth be told, like, I grew up in the era where the Jay-Z and the DMX, where it took them a year to do their album.
Yep.
But you know what? It was solid albums. Where today people record albums within a week or 2 weeks. And I'd be like, it ain't really no thought or creativity in it. They just rap. You know,
they all have that mixtape vibe now. That mixtape vibe that we were coming up on, that's everything that's coming out nowadays has that vibe, because it's all thrown together.
Right.
And that's what mixtapes were. They were all just thrown together. Now there's no such thing as a mixtape in my eyes.
Yeah, they're right.
Where did that go? We need to bring that back.
Yeah, that's like one of my artists, shout out to C-Mo's, like, he'd be like, I'm dropping a new mixtape. I'm like, but why? You know what I'm saying? Reason why it doesn't make sense to do a mixtape, because it's like, you might as well record it on original music and sell it. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong with giving away free music, but that's why you got the purpose of SoundCloud for it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's just my opinion.
What are your thoughts on the Bandcamp debacle?
It's good. It's good. Like, you know what I'm saying? Of course, every platform is going to get their little percentage off for you and stuff like that, but you get more of your buck back to you, opposed to streaming platforms where you get little to nothing, close to the penny.
Now, with them changing ownership, though, do you think that's going to change?
It's a record industry. If you think about it, back in the days when it was a whole bunch of record labels, what you was getting like 5 cents off of CDs, it's basically the same thing. Well, this time Oh, we ain't gotta press up your CDs. We ain't gotta send you out all over the world. You got to do that shit yourself.
which is wild. And a lot of people are doing it. A lot of people are doing it, and they're doing it
Yeah,
the right. They're doing it the right way, and they're making more money
right.
than they ever could under a label, ever.
Mhm.
Even I've watched documentaries from even the past, and they're like selling CDs out your trunk was more profitable than signing with a major
Yeah.
label, because you could sell 5,000 units and you're getting every dime of that. They sell
Mhm.
5,000 units, you're getting nothing. It's a why. It's just so I understand it, but it makes no sense to me.
Right.
You know, you're robbing the artist, and all these streaming service robbing the artist. They're not doing anything that you can't do with a website.
I mean, if you really think about it, back in the days, the artist was the top tier. You know what I'm saying?
Mm,
You had to pay the artist to do a lot. Now it's like we the bottom of the fucking sea. You know?
it's wild.
Yeah.
It's wild how it's changed, and
That's,
everyone has to do it themselves.
and I'm glad you brought that up because a lot of stuff happened to me within years where I was waiting on producers to send me beats. I do that shit myself now.
Mm.
I was finding a dope graphic design artist. Do that shit myself from my phone. I invested in myself to buy video equipment, and I do that shit myself. You
It's
know,
the only
so
way.
I cut a lot of middlemen out.
It's the only, and you're the only person you can trust with your product. That's
Yep.
the thing too. It's like you can't trust these dudes to be on time. You can't trust these dudes
Oh,
to be on point. It's just like, come on now. And it sucks. That's the way the world back in the day. I mean, yeah, people were late and shit all the time, but a handshake meant something.
right.
Now a handshake means
A handshake
zero to
means,
little.
yeah, fuck you, motherfucker. I'm gonna take
Right,
my sweet time.
right. So you've been on the road all over the country, all over the world. Tell us, uh, give us one good, great, memorable story that you have from the road, and give me one horrible story that you remember from the road.
Great memory on the road when we did the tour with Method Man and Redman, and just being around Redman, he's hilarious. Like
Mm.
we was in Virginia, and the bodyguard kept following him everywhere. He said, "Yo, man, I'm trying to go fucking take a piss. You gonna hold my dick for me?" Like that was hilarious to me. You know what I'm saying? Because he's just a regular individual like me and you. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Um, I never had a bad experience on the road. Never had a
They
bad experience on the road.
they ain't been one wild time, one wild fan getting out of pocket. Nothing.
Nah, it wasn't. Nah. Only time one fan got out of pocket, we performed in front of the Barclay. And, you know, I had my wife, I had my kids, I had my moms. You know what I'm saying? It was a whole bunch of people there. And there's one, mind you, we on the street in front of the
Mm.
Barclay, downtown Brooklyn. And this dude, as I'm performing, he kept walking in front of me, like, so I had to stiff arm the motherfucker. Like, yo, back the fuck up. Like, you
Right.
know what I'm saying? That was the only bad experience. But I try to make every experience a good experience.
Mm.
And then when I got the footage of that shit too. So I'm gonna find it for you.
Oh yeah, find it. We get a good laugh out of it. Some people just don't get it, man. They're oblivious to the world around them, and they want to be the main character of the story.
Yeah,
And so social media, I think, it has a big hand in that. You know what I mean? Everybody can be their own personal star. You have a
yeah,
camera, you got a light, you got whatever you need. You can make whatever type of content you want to
yeah.
make.
It was so crazy. A couple years ago, I used to be on Instagram and Facebook Live. Like, you'll see me recording, producing. Now I'll be like, I don't know. It's just as you get older, you don't really care about none of that stuff anymore.
Mm. It does become less important. You just want to be alone. Like,
Yeah,
leave me alone. Leave me alone. Cameras off. Don't. Yeah, it's like
you see me when you see me.
right.
That's it.
Right. If you don't see me, I'm in my house. Leave me alone.
That's
Don't
it.
knock on my door. Don't call my phone. I feel you. I feel you because you get the and it is the social media, the way it totally encompassed everything, and now it's driving people away.
Yeah,
It's like in droves, man. In droves, people are just disconnecting left and right. They're losing they're losing stock prices, they're losing
Yeah.
membership. It's kind of ridiculous. And one thing that we always talk about on here is we need our own services. We need our own streaming service, owned by us, operated by us,
Right.
controlled by us. We need everything. We need our own social media platforms. We need our own television networks.
Yeah.
Because it's if not, we just get buried in the shuffle. And I don't like to say like the mainstream, but it's all of the mainstream. It's the popular culture overshadows and discredits almost everything we do.
That's like they would rather listen to a Coil Ray over Bad Seed or Juxx Diamondz. Granted, yeah, she make good dance music. Like, you know, cool. We was in that era.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Where you had Diddy had the club music, but then you can't go wrong with a Wu-Tang song. And it still could be like that, but you know what it is when you got like the gatekeepers, they just want to make something that's popular. Where actually, if you was to play one of my songs on Hot 97 and kept playing it, it's what they do to us is force feeding. It would be the same. People would tend to love it. You know what I'm saying?
Because it's just the repetition of hearing of something in your face constantly.
Right.
You're either going to love it or you're going to hate it. It's
right.
There's always the polarizing aspect to everything.
Right.
But yeah, we really need, and I've seen it starting to turn a hair back to being somewhat sensible, because it's really just nonsense. If you think about it, it's all comes down to being nonsense.
Because all you see now is shake your booty music. You know what I'm saying? Granny, that's back in the days. You had Luke.
We had Little Kim, we had Foxy, we had them doing their thing.
But not even Foxy or Little Kim. Like, you know what I'm saying? They was explicit, but they still had balls.
Right. But they were spitters. Yeah, they could do it. Right. And then they're not just coming out with this
fuck Town and all that crap.
Oh, it's so bullshit, man. I can't. When they're like at work, I have to listen to mainstream radio because we can't just we can't just play anything. And so usually I'll let whoever's on. I'm like, yeah, go ahead, pick whatever, because I don't care. I'm like, just don't play country. It's the only thing I can't listen to. I'm like, don't play country.
I don't listen to rap when I'm at work.
Right. Most people don't. Most of the artists I don't don't listen to hip hop that much.
From 7 to 6, I do not listen to rap. You want to know what I listen to?
Alternative rock. I'm calling
Andre 3000 flute music. Now I'm joking.
Right. Oh, don't get C going. Don't get C going.
Nah, I actually listen to like soul music and stuff. Like, you know, that's what I listen to.
Yeah, they got me listening to this bullshit. I gotta listen to Doja Cat and Spice and all that.
And don't front. You be humming the words sometimes.
No, dude, it gets so stuck in your head after you hear it 400 times in 1 week, because they'll play the same 7 songs all day long on the radio stations. Because it's still they still run that pay to play bullshit. They ain't gonna lie to us. That's why they play those same songs. You're gonna hear Drake a million times.
And kid you not, like say Hot 97. You hear Drake, and then you go to Power 105. As that song is in, it's starting
right
on the next station. You be like, "Come on!"
It's wild. Yeah, we have to own our own station. We need to do that. We really need to.
But truth be told, we do own our own stations, but it's so much under the radar where they would never let it grow. You know what I'm saying?
Got to find a way to push it. That's what it is. And it's a daily struggle, man. Trying to. Yep, you're right, man. It's all about funding. If I had a budget, we'd be sitting face to face right now.
That's it.
You know what I mean? But it's tough.
And where you at again?
I'm in Rhode Island.
Oh, that ain't shit for me. I'll fucking hop in the whip and let's go.
No shit. We're looking to see what's up with some studios maybe next year. We got some plans for the future. So it's just like you just said. It's all about that. It's all about that money. Okay. So. And we don't have anybody putting up no GoFundMe's for us.
Oh yeah.
No, we ain't getting that. Hell no. But give us a little backstory on your coming up and what you were influenced by, the things you were into as a kid, running around Brownsville.
I was into a lot of bad shit. You know, in the streets. One thing with me, it was I was doing what I did, but I did it on the low. Like, you know what I'm saying? I ain't never shit where I eat and stuff like that.
Right.
And
Smart. Smart.
yeah, and just I was so much into the music, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I remember linking up with dudes, I rap with dudes in my hood, but then I also met dudes. I used to always, like I told you, I was the type that I went somewhere else. I never stood in my hood for a long time. I used to go to a lot of places by myself and stuff and just, interact. I used to go to Fat Beats in Manhattan,
Mm.
just go there and network. I was in high school networking and stuff like that. So got who I'm influenced by, of course, like I'm influenced by the Jay-Z's, the Method Man, the Busta Rhymes, the everybody who we loved to listen to back in the days.
Mm. It's always that nostalgic aspect of things too.
Yeah.
You put something on, you're gonna hear a sound. It's gonna bring you back to a year. Then you're gonna smell a smell, and
Yo,
you're gonna think of your mom's cooking, or you're gonna think of, yeah. It's always
that's
nostalgia.
like if you was like if Save a Method Man song came on, Bring the Pain. I remember the first time I heard that and what I was doing.
Mm.
I was in school. Bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Like that's exactly what you said. You remember the smelling and you remember exactly what you was doing at that period of time where now the music you be like, what was that song again? And that's what I'm saying? It's
Mm.
it doesn't bring back to the essence of like, oh man, I remember when I was doing this. It's just like, okay, yeah, I know that song. That's it.
Right. I heard it somewhere.
Yeah.
I heard that somewhere. I can't remember where I heard it, but I heard it somewhere.
Right.
Yeah, that's what you get. You get that a lot. You're right. And it's in everything. It's in movies. Like, what the last movie you watched, can you really remember it?
Yeah.
You can? I can't. I can't remember the last movie I watched. I'm
It
sure
depends.
it was some new bullshit that's come out. And it was just like, yeah, probably already.
It depends if I'm a fan of it. Like,
Hmm.
I'm a big comic book dude.
Me too. Me
So
too.
I saw the Marvels. People didn't like it, but I liked it.
I haven't seen it yet.
Okay.
I haven't seen it yet. I finished Loki though. Loki was dope.
Loki was dope.
Loki was dope.
We're gonna
Loki's changing everything. I think that's the change that they're
even
gonna use.
though they kind of like taking Kang out of the whole storyline.
Right. Yeah. It sucks for Jonathan Majors, but
Nah, I think they're gonna bring him back.
I think they're gonna, but he's not gonna be what
The big bad.
Yeah, because he's got too much on his name right now personally. Yeah. So that, you know how they do. They're not gonna run with, especially Disney. They're not gonna run. They're not gonna run with that.
But I'm glad they did it like that because I guess they learned their lesson with the whole Johnny Depp situation. Because they bashed him and he innocent.
Right. So that they're like, let's step back. Let's wait some time out because they're only putting out Deadpool next year, and that's it. Everything else is on hold for 2020.
Oh yeah, they pushed it back. They pushed stuff back again.
Deadpool's the only thing coming out in 2024.
Wow.
Other than that, they pushed everything.
But you know what though? With the whole Deadpool, that's gonna be. You know what they really trying to do? And this is just me thinking. I know I'm tired of Avengers. Are you?
Yeah.
What's the next best thing?
Right. X-Men. They got to do it. They got to do it. They didn't pay the money to get them back for no reason. So they have to. And it's funny, but that we're talking about comics because I feel like hip hop and comics and superheroes are like almost one and the same.
Yeah,
and wrestling, professional wrestling and hip hop are so connected, even though they're not connected.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's a funny thing, and it's all the shit that we grew up with. You know what I mean? And like we had a comment, stand-up comedy too. He's right. Stand-up comedy and hip hop are very closely connected.
Yeah.
Punchlines, setups, boom, boom, boom. It's a great thing that our culture has weaved its way into everything. It's taken 50 years, but it's done it.
Right.
So we have another little topic we like to discuss on this here podcast. I don't think I've done it in a couple weeks because it just slipped my mind, but it's called "What's Your Issue?" Now, what's your issue? Could be a little pet peeve that bothers you, or it could be an issue that you like to stand on that's a worldly issue. Today, man, Juxx, what's your issue?
My issue is, truth be told, man, I ain't got no issues, man.
Nah, not even a pet peeve when people cut you off in traffic, some shit. You know?
Nah, truth be told, I just let him. I mean, I ain't got no issues, man. That's one thing with me. It like I always say this: if you know me for who I am, I'm always smiling, always give people respect, and I'm humble.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? All right, my issues is I hate when my daughter don't clean her room. That's about it. You know what I'm saying? But that's
boom. There you go. See?
You know what I'm saying?
Knew you had one. We knew you had one. Tell her to clean her damn room.
That's it. But yeah, but in the world, nah, I ain't got no issues, man. Like I love everybody, even though I got some secret haters. I still love them from a distance. You know what I'm saying?
So wait, kill them with kindness.
That's
it's a hard thing, though. It is a hard thing sometimes to put that smile on your face.
Right. You know what it is, man? Sorry, cutting you off. I used to love to fight. You know what I'm saying? Like now I'd be like an incident happened not too long ago, because you know I'm a church person, you know what I'm saying? So they, you know, something happened and I had to hold the individual back, and it took me everything not to put my hands on the individual, and I did good. It didn't do nothing. I just held the person back like, yo, relax. And I said, damn, I changed a lot, because I would have straight whooped his ass, but you know what I'm saying?
It is. It's a tough thing, man. It's a tough thing. And we just can't just fly off the handle. We have to show some civility.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Plus, you know, we getting older, and then it's like that's the problem with today. There's no big brother roles anymore.
No,
you know
not
what I'm
at
saying?
all.
It's like certain individuals in our age class, they want little people, the youngins to fight, to shoot each other, do all the negative stuff. You know what I'm saying? Me, nah, I'm not with it, all that.
Yeah, it's wild. I have a lot of like young nieces and nephews, like high school, junior high school age. Yeah. And I fear for them out there sometimes, because these kids, man, they're so quick to not throw hands, and they're going to shoot you, or they're going to stab you, or they're going to come into the school and shoot 20 of you.
But it's not only that. It's crazy where they taught us a lot growing up in school. And do you know, I don't know if you know, you probably know, the kids don't know how to do script.
Yeah, no, yeah, they don't teach that.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I've seen their math too. Their math is wild. I can't do their math.
I teach you not my daughter math. I looked at it and I was like, and then I said, wait a minute. I did it my way. She's like, no, that's wrong. I said, how's it wrong? We getting the same answer. They math is crazy.
I don't know why the schools, the United States educational system had to decide to change a bunch of shit.
Yeah.
And make it hard. Like, I'm not a parent, thank God. I don't think I could be a parent these days, bro. If I had like a teenage daughter or something, I'd be in jail. For real, I'd be in jail. Like, me and my girl talk about that all the time. I would have snapped by this time. I would have hurt somebody, killed someone. Something stupid would have happened.
Yeah.
Just to try to protect. You know what I mean? Because it's just in my nature to go 0 to 100 when it comes to situations like that. So I'm kind of glad I don't have kids. But I feel for every one of my brothers and sisters and all my nieces and nephews that have kids, because it must be hard. And especially the educational system is making it harder on you to not be able to help your child. And I think they do that for a reason, so the child is more dependent for education on them than the parent.
But you know, like I tell my daughter, I'm like, they don't have these smartphones for nothing. They be like, oh, I don't understand this. Yo, y'all got Google.
You got the world at your finger, the entire history of man at your fingertips.
Let us would have had that when I would have been a straight A student.
We would have been problems, man.
Yeah.
If we were growing up with that kind of knowledge and our time with our mentality at that time, the criminals would have been out of control.
Yeah.
They would have beat the whole entire system by now. I think we'd probably be at the end of the apocalypse by now.
And you know what's so crazy? Even in my time, like I used to know how to do fake report cards. They don't know. They can't do that now.
No,
Everything's on the computer now.
it's wild. Unless you have somebody that can hack the system,
Yeah.
that's all. That's it. Like there's no way to skirt any of the bullshit anymore.
Mm-hmm.
We used to be able to like forge our parents' signatures on notes and whatnot. Nope, now everything's an email and everything's digitally processed.
Yep.
So yeah, but I feel like the educational system definitely made it harder on the parent. And I can see why a lot of these kids are feeling destitute and left behind and neglected, really.
Right.
You know, it's
Yep.
easy to see. I mean, when we were coming up, at least we had, like you said, a big brother role. There was
Mm-hmm.
always somebody out there, no matter if it was your brother, your uncle, your cousin, whoever
Yeah.
it was, you had somebody to look up to, especially as men. You know,
Mm-hmm.
it's hard. It's hard as men nowadays. So speak on that. Mental health in the hip hop community is a problem.
It is.
We know it is. We know it's a problem. Speak on it.
It's just I don't know where to even go, man, because I deal with that shit at times myself, my brother. And for instance, like every day I wake up and be like, I hate rap, I want to quit.
Mm-hmm.
But I love it too much not to quit. And then, me, only person I have to talk to is my wife. Like I don't have nobody else. Like, of course, I got my brothers and stuff, but it's sometimes you feel embarrassed to talk
Right.
about your real feelings because you supposed to be a man. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? And I just feel you gotta talk to somebody. You don't want it to be boiled up inside because you might snap at any given moment.
Mhm.
So it's real out there. It's real out there.
It is, and if anyone that's struggling, you know that you got people to talk to. You do.
Yeah,
You know, you have to take that step to reach out. Like,
right. And
God,
like, I'm like with me, like I'm, certain individual, tell them my line is always open.
mm,
No judgment over here at all. Because there'll be times where I want to talk to that individual that I consider my brother. You know what I'm saying? Because the shit is real. Like it is real.
mm,
People don't. Some people don't understand, but it's real. And
yeah. When
it hurts.
sometimes we need to put down that machismo bullshit that we, and that's always a front. You know, it is like, and especially you could be the hardest dude in the streets,
Yeah.
and you ain't that hard.
Right.
You hard, but you know what I mean. You ain't that
Mhm.
hard.
Right.
So talk to your people. Figure it out. You can. Everyone can. You know
Yeah.
what I mean.
Because you know what it is when you talk to people. I can't say individuals, but certain people. You want to get that person who's not on the wrong side or the right side, that's just in the middle, to give you advice, not opposed to, nah, man, you bugging out. You should do it like, you know what I'm saying?
Mm.
Stuff like that. That is like someone you could trust that won't put your business out. Like, save me and you talking, and I tell you what I'm going through. The shit hurts me inside.
Mm.
Then we end our friendship. You go on the internet. Oh yeah, this motherfucker head. I know about this. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's
You,
wild.
you got to talk to people who listen. Stays between me and you. That's that.
Mm.
You know.
People that put your shit out there for no reason, just to
They
look like,
they
yeah,
not good. They
nah,
not good.
they're not
And,
even. They don't deserve respect of even being a
yeah,
person out there.
and truth be told, I dealt with people like that. That's why I don't fuck with them now.
Mm.
You know.
Yeah, we all have those one or two people that once you cut them off, it's been like, all right, good. You know,
Yeah.
you didn't think it'd be good because you're like, oh, but still, yeah, they talk shit, but that's my dude. I know her, whatever.
Mhm.
And then you cut them off, and after a year, you're like, oh shit, you know,
Yeah.
I feel better.
Yeah.
And
See,
then
with my team and stuff, I tell them the issues to their face so we can, like, all right, let's solve this shit. You
mm,
know what I'm saying? Real brother shit. Not no, I'm gonna go behind his back. Ah, fuck him. Then, hey man, how you doing? Now I'm gonna tell you why I'm upset.
mm.
I'd rather than just to find out from somebody else. Then you gonna be like, damn, he talking behind my back.
It's good. It's good that we have that mentality as men too, to be upfront And
Yeah.
if you have an issue with someone else, it doesn't have to result to getting into a fist fight. You know, you
Right.
have a conversation.
But you know, a
You
lot
might
of people,
get loud, but
yeah, but a lot of people are suckers,
Mm.
so they can't handle stuff like that.
Or they're overly emotional.
Right.
That one thing, and I deal with that at work a lot. Like I work in the food service industry,
Okay.
so there's a lot. You already know, like there's a lot of personalities, and a lot of dudes. Like I actually said it to my manager. I can't speak to most of my coworkers that are men like men
Right.
because they get upset, and I'm actually above like my position. I'm over them. And it's like if I talk to them, well, you have to watch out how you say this. I'm moving, I'm working. I'm like,
Right.
hey man, do this, bop, bop, bop. I need that. Why aren't you doing this? But because I
Right.
come from the old school of working in kitchens in the 90s when you could just do that. And
Right.
now I have to really rein back everything I say. I have to think about it. I have to stop. I don't
Right.
have time to do that shit.
That's,
Food burning, yo.
that's like I'm a manager myself at the company that I work at, and I have guys, and you know, I talk to them, and then you know, you got the other people who ain't got no business involved with your guys, but see and want to talk.
Mm.
Oh, you should do this, you should do that. I'm like, listen. Oh, why they late for work? I said, let me tell you something. One thing, I'm not going to tell a grown man. All I'm gonna tell you one time, hey, we got to do this. As a grown man, you should. All
That's
right.
it. I shouldn't have to tell you.
I shouldn't have to yell. I don't yell at nobody. I don't curse nobody out. None of that. Listen, we got to do this. If you don't do it, I got to write you up. Plain and simple.
You're not my kid. I shouldn't have to tell you
Right.
15
Like, you know,
times.
like people be coming in to work late and stuff like that. Oh, but listen, it ain't my paycheck. I don't give a fuck.
Right. You're out here.
I'm here on time. That's all that matters.
That's right. You're out here saying, I got to tell my kid to clean her room 10 times. I don't need to tell you to do this 10 times. Come on now.
Right.
Right. You know, it's true. And it sucks that we have to. I mean, we don't have to conform to it. We could go wilding out, but then we're not accepted into that environment of that profession. Or so then that's when you find dudes that are losing their jobs, bouncing all around, can't hold it down because they're letting their emotional state override everything. I mean, I have to check myself every single day.
Yeah, listen, man. I'm with you on that. Like when I get to a point, I gotta go and pray. Like, yo, God, like calm me down. Like, because there's every job is not going to be peaches and cream. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And it depends on who you are as a person, how you came up, what environment you work in. You can work in a totally different area of your state than you came through.
Right.
And you might have come up in the poorer neighborhoods and you're working in the richer neighborhoods. So you have all these entitled kids that are getting jobs because their mom and dad are working. Yep. And they don't have that. They have that mentality of, I do what I want. My mom's this, so my dad's this.
Exactly.
I tell them nepotism. I don't care about nepotism. I fired my own sister one time.
Hey, you gotta do what you gotta do.
You gotta do what you gotta do. What? Juxx, my man, it's been a pleasure. We're gonna keep going. We got we got maybe 7-8 minutes left before we got hit bricks. I know you out there working hard. Time to start self-promoting. We love shameless self-promoting here.
Mm-hmm.
Tell us what you got coming up. What shows, what projects? Tell us.
The project that's I'm working on now is coming out dope. Is Juxx Diamondz and Snow Goons.
Hell yeah.
Diamonds are forever.
Shout out to the goons, man. Shout out to the goons.
You know, that's a dope. We got a lot of work. Me and Snow Goons. This ain't the first. This ain't the last. You know what I'm saying? Enough projects on the way. You know, this project it means everything to me because hooked up with them, but then I also got my own production on this project, and I got my wife on the album as well. Even though she's been on a couple of albums, but this is like the joint. We just was in Philly and we shot the video.
That's dope.
DJ Illegal shot it, so you know I got some work coming with Dead Poets, my producer Solio Beats, and just be on the lookout for the Back Block Gang project. That's my label. That's my group. You know, I got enough artists, you know, from Ledger, Hazenomical, Math, King Harv, Corey Buckets, Simos, and then, there's a lot more. Shout out to my brother Decaf Black. There's a lot of work coming on.
2024 is going to be a busy year for everybody. Everybody I've talked to has been just that. I think COVID changed everybody's work ethic a little bit too.
Truth be told, let me tell you, man. I need you to, when you get a chance, go listen to Lord Knows Volume 2. I recorded that project within, I want to say, 2 months of COVID. Where at that point, I had a hard drive. I lost all my music.
Damn.
Look, I wanted to quit. I was like, I'm done. Till one sec. Usually I like to record my music on an early morning. That's when everybody's sleeping and stuff. And that's when I'm most creative. I got up and just started banging out new songs, and that's where I did that album. Like, the songs I already had done for the project was done. Like, to lose it, I was like, oh my God. Like, but yeah, you're right. COVID was the time.
COVID stepped everyone up. Everybody was locked in. They didn't have shit to do. So the creators created, and now they haven't stopped. And so that's why we've had such a flood of content and flood of music every Friday. How many joints dropped today? At least a dozen. At least a dozen. It wasn't like that when we were kids. You were waiting, like you said, we were waiting years for albums. Years.
And plus, where everybody actually investing in buying their own studio equipment will help too. Because I know for myself, I can't speak for other artists. I was paying a lot of money going to the big time studios and stuff. You got to factor in paying how much you're paying an hour, which possibly will be $50 an hour, at the studio. Then paying for the beat, and then travel. Then when you're at the studio, you need your necessities, like if you smoke, if you drink, food, all that shit factors in. Where I like, man, let me just buy my equipment my goddamn self. Where you spending all of it right then and there.
Right. And you can do it out of the comfort of your home.
That's it.
It's a wild because coming up in the 90s, like, studios were a big thing. Like, they were the thing. Like, if you couldn't get studio time, you weren't recording.
Right.
If you were recording, you were recording on some bullshit in your house that sounded like shit. And it blew up. You're right. Like, everybody being able and equipment becoming so cheap. Because that's what really it was, is the demand rose, so the product rose, and the less of the price, so everybody started doing it.
Right.
So it's a dope thing though, because it furthered the culture. It's brought us to where we are today. 50 years. 50 years is a while. I mean, I know 50 years is the what do you call it? Unofficial, whatever, but 50 years is 50 years. It doesn't matter if it's 55 years. It's the same shit.
Facts.
You know what I mean? It's been a minute, and everything that we thought was going to be a fad, well, what people thought was going to be a fad, and we knew it was going to stick around, and still sticking around. So, my dude, it's been a pleasure again.
Yeah, it's a pleasure for you having me on your platform.
We're gonna
happy hour.
We're gonna do this again. Of course, we're gonna do this again.
Yeah.
We always stay connected. I've had Seed up on here like 9 or 10 times. So we definitely doing this again. And we got a new show starting in January. I'm starting on my birthday, actually, January 9th. It's called Let's Talk About. It's called Let's Talk About. It's going to be a platform for everyone, not just artists, anyone that's in our social media groups, anyone that's not in our social media groups that watches, then they want to join us. We're going to have an open forum. They're going to be able to jump on, and we're going to talk about different things. Like, we're going to talk about men's mental health, women's mental health, the state of the world, all these issues that make up our daily lives. We're going to talk about. So I would love to have you on. Like I said, it's just going to be a revolving door of people. You show up, you pop on, we're going to put you on.
That's it. And then, I also want to, we can set up something where I can let you meet the whole Back Block music group.
Oh, yeah, we'll do it. We'll do it. Tell us where we can find you, all your social medias, your next tour, your next show dates, where they can buy all your shit, everything.
Well, you could reach me on Instagram, the real _ Juxx Diamondz, Facebook, Juxx Diamondz. Everything's Juxx Diamondz, JUXXDIAMONDZ. Got merch, got CDs. You could just reach me, and that's about it.
Oh yeah. Again, thank you, my friend. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you, my brother.
I know you're working right now. You're working right now. So get back to work and make some music.
Okay, that you sound like my boys. Get back to work, goddamn.
That's right. We gotta tell like the labels. Where's my album? Where's my album?
That's it.
We need a single. We need a single by the end of the year.
That's it.
You know how we do, man. The Hip Hop Happy Hour podcast. We out. Peace.
Peace.